Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a real long time since I made a video. As you could probably guess from the amount of time I've been away from YouTube, I've also been away from the game for that amount of time. I just overall wasn't happy with the way the meta game was, and even with these couple ban lists we've had over the last few months, I don't think it's really changed a whole lot. So I mean, I could always go back to the competitive side of Yu-Gi-Oh one day, but one of the saving graces that came in that made me excited for some version of the game again was the Speed Duel starter decks, the Yugi and Kaiba starter decks. I think the format for it's very interesting. I really hope this gets some actual support from Konami. We're supposed to get a new booster set in March, and hopefully this isn't just some kind of side event thing that YCS is. It's actually like a supported format because I'd be really excited to go to card shops and even the tournaments that you can go and play in this format because it's a really fun format. It kind of goes back to the older style of Yu-Gi-Oh. Even though it is called speed dueling, for the most part, it's slower, but the games don't drag out that much because you're only working with 20 card decks, only 4,000 life points. So it's got that nice balance there. So I figured I'd start off with doing some deck profiles for this since I went ahead and got all free copies of each starter deck. So I have at least 3 of every card that we currently have in the card pool. So out of the starter decks, really, you can make anywhere from 6 to 8 viable decks out of it. Not just going off of the the way the constructed starter decks are for like Joey and Mai. You can actually make decent decks combining cards in the card pool. So I figured I'd start that off today with probably the most powerful and the most popular deck out of these, which is Blue Eyes. There's just so much power to it. Obviously, Blue Eyes on its own is the strongest monster in Duel Links, and you could argue that Dragon Caller, Kaiba's action card, is the strongest action card. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get right into the deck profile. For those of you that don't know what Dragon Caller is, sorry about the glare. If you normal summon Lord of D, you can activate the effect to add a Fluid Summoning Dragon, or if you reveal Fluid Summoning Dragon, you can add a Lord of D from your deck to your hand. Now you can only use one of these effects per duel. You can't use each of them once, so you do have to be careful with that. It does allow you to get off a huge wombo combo, even with your restricted board of 3 monsters, where you can have a Lord of D plus 2 Blue Eyes, plus a Blue Eyes and a Tyrant Dragon, and then you can potentially just win the game right there. But I don't think it's necessarily an unfair deck, even with this limited card pool, because there still is enough that stops that and counters that, to where I think it's still relatively fair. But you can definitely make an argument that Blue Eyes, the Kaiba deck right now, is the best deck. So now into the actual deck itself. So we of course have the free Blue Eyes White Dragon, again strongest monster in the game. Then I do tech the 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. The reason I play this is just to have another level 7 or higher vanilla target for the Champion's Vigilance. It's kind of crazy we actually got that card so soon into this new game, this new format, considering the card was limited to 1 very, very early on in Duel Links, and even now it's still limited to 2 as far as I know. So, but yeah, Champion's Vigilance is a good card, so you want to have the most consistency as possible to be able to get one of those big dragon beaters on board that put that Champion's Vigilance online. So that's why I do tech in the 1 Red Eyes, and I really don't think it has a place in any of the other competitive decks in this format right now, so I just wanted to splash them in because I do like Red Eyes. Next we have the free Lord of D, very essential for your flute combo. I think it's better to be able to summon this and add the flute than to reveal the flute and add the Lord of D. You never know what could happen to your summon, especially in the mirror match. And Lord of D also has a nice effect too, to where it prevents your dragon monsters from being targeted by card effects. So that can be nice for certain cards like Kunai with Chain that are in this format. Next, I do play the 2 Tyrant Dragon. You could easily reduce this down to 1 if you want, but this card is very good to actually summon off of the flute. This on its own cannot be targeted by trap cards. If your opponent still controls a monster, it can make a second attack as well, which can help you get over boards that have more than 1 monster and still potentially get enough damage in for games. That's why I do play the multiple Tyrant Dragon, because it's about as good as Blue Eyes, arguably. Speaking of Blue Eyes, we do have the 1 Kaiba Man card. You could play it 2 or 3 if you want, but since the Lord of D and Flute is your main combo, this is just kind of a backup in case that doesn't work, or it gets stopped once and you just want to get a big beater Blue Eyes on the board for free. For the final monster, it's the one twin-headed behemoth. Nice little dragon monster to stall potentially, because if it goes to the graveyard, it can come back at the end phase as 1,000, so it can just be an extra blocker for you, which is always nice. So that's monsters, spells, 2 blue summoning dragon. You could play 3 if you want, but I decided to take one out for a spicy tech you'll see here in a minute. And it is, of course, easily searchable off of Dragon Caller. And 2, honestly, is enough considering you're only playing 20 cards. So you're more likely than not to see either this or Lord of D or both, honestly. Next, with the 2 Stamping Destruction, this allows you to blow up back row when you have a dragon monster on board, and also inflicts an extra 500 damage, which can be very crucial with this format and how you only have 4,000 life points to work with. My little spicy tech is the 1 Burst Stream of Destruction. Not a card I've seen any of the deck profiles really play, but considering some of the combos out there to actually counter the big Wombo combo in this deck, the best example I can think of is the Amazonas deck with their Equip card Heirloom. You don't really have a lot of ways to just get over a monster that your monsters can't deal with. So Burst Stream Destruction can be nice, where you just drop a Blue Eyes, drop this, blow up their board. Yes, your Blue Eyes can attack, but if you have a Lord of D and say a Tyrant Dragon, along with the rest of your combo, you just win that turn anyway. So that's why I do tech the 1 Burst Stream, just for a nice little extra bit of spot removal, which is very key in this game that has a very limited amount of spot removal. For traps, 2 Champions Vigilance. You could play 3 if you want, but I don't want to clog with multiples of this in my hand. So I feel like 2 is the right number. Just there mostly to counter things like Windstorm Adequa or in a mirror match to stop their Fluted Summoning Dragon. So yeah, it's there for protection and there to stop your opponent's play so you can go in and win the game yourself as quick as possible. And the final trap, which is probably going to be a staple in a lot of these decks that I profile, is the 2 Windstorm Adequa. It's really the only just non-archetype based battle trap you have. Changes the position of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. So if they try to go in for an all-out attack, you just switch them all to defense mode and you stall yourself a turn. And a lot of monsters, the big beefy monsters in this game, have lower defense and attack, so it could potentially open the door for you to go in and swain and get over your opponent's monsters, which is awesome. So that's it for this Kaiba deck profile. For speed dueling, I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. As I said, I'll be doing some more of these speed duel deck profiles. Hoping to actually get back out to my old card shop here soon. It's been a while, and I really look forward to testing this new format. Maybe I'll get back into the main game casually, but I don't think I can really invest heavily in the game like I used to, the way it is now. Maybe I'll get some deck profiles for some of my old friends out there, but we'll wait and see. But for now, do be expecting more of these speed duel profiles. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.